Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Jade. I hope you're all doing well, wherever you are, in a big old, wide old world. This is How to App on iOS. It's Monday here in Australia. We live in the future, and it's Sunday for the rest of you. I hope everything is groovy. This is going to be fun today because I really love this app. Howdy do, howdy do, howdy do. Let's say hello to folks in the chat. Is my chat working? There it is. Gary Hubbs, Scott, Gino, Therese, SM Borthwick. Run down the list. Tom Michelle, howdy do. Hope you're all doing well. For those of you watching on Facebook, say hello as well. Oh yeah, no rants from me today. I can promise you that. Of course, enough trouble. We are looking at my iPad that is not updated, just so you know. And we're going to be looking at GeoShred today, which is something I'm really excited to show you guys because it's really cool. And I just want to thank the developers for providing me with all the codes and all the jazz today. So that's the reason I have all this. Let's have a look and jump into appslice.co to have a look at how much this is. Let's talk about the money first. The money, because this is, and it can be deemed a little bit expensive, but you get what you pay for. Guys, you get what you pay for, yeah. So I've got a bit of a different setup today. I'm not using my Apple Magic keyboard. It's folded down. I'm laying my iPad flat on top of it, which is really weird. It's really weird, man. I'm not used to it. Hello, Van Robertson. Welcome along. So yeah, I'm not used to it, so it's laying flat. I'll give you a quick have a look. So what I've done here is I've given you this little view here so you can see what's going on with my hands, and it's laying flat, so I can play it laying down flat. Modern technology. The camera is facing actually upside down, and I've spun around the picture. It's complicated, but it's cool. So we'll come back to that. So the price. So there's two different versions of it to start off with. There's GeoShred Play, which is $10 US, and there's GeoShred Pro for $24.99. And what you get involved with both of these is a whole lot of mainly guitar and kind of Indian sounding sounds. With the GeoShred, now straight up, I'll be honest, I purchased long ago the GeoShred Play because it was cheaper and I just wanted to get a feel for it. And I will be completely honest again, when I first started playing with this, I was like, is this just a bit gimmicky? I don't know. I really didn't play with it too much. So I didn't give it a shot. So it just kind of sat there. And I can let you know, when you sign up, just if you pay for the GeoShred Play, when you first load up the app, it says, would you like to subscribe to our email? And you get a whole lot of extra sounds. So you get those on top of that for free as well. So just to let you know. Now, the in-app purchases for these new instruments, this SWAM technology that's just been updated with the new version of GeoShred Pro 5, they cost about $15 US per instrument. So they're a bit pricey. So Australian, it's like $24 or something. So it's over $100 for the whole pack. But we'll jump into the app and we'll show you. So yeah, I can hear people going, wow, that's a lot of money. And it is. But what you get, wow, man. like just the sounds are incredible. They fully are. So, and full transparency as well. I've been experiencing a bug with it, which something happens. It doesn't happen while I'm using it. It seems to happen when I use it for a bit, then I go to sleep or something and leave it for a day and come back to it, and then it crashes. It crashes to home screen. But I've just sent all the bug reports off to the devs today, and they're going to look at it because they've got a whole lot of things they're releasing very soon in an update. So fantastic devs, they're onto it, and I'm sure they'll fix it up. And let's just hope it doesn't happen in this. So we open, So we open it up, and this is what you're presented with. And it may look like a bit of a like, what the fuck is going on there? Now this thing is deep, all right? This is the thing. When I first got this a few months ago, I kind of looked at it and went, yeah, I don't know. It seems a bit gimmicky. Like, oh yeah, it's just some kind of virtual guitar. I didn't realize how deep it was, how you can just go in and manipulate so much of it until like I've been playing with it pretty much the last 2 days straight. It's been getting a hammering. I think I played with it for about 4.5 hours straight yesterday. And man, I was just really having a good time. And if you can get lost in an app like that, it's very rare that happens. For me, I have to admit, it's a good thing. So here's your main setup. What I will do first, up in the, let's flick to this cam here so you can see what my hands are doing. Just let me have a vape. Okay, so up in this top corner here, the little 3 dots, I'm just going to click on these. Oh, would I like to leave a review? No, not right now. Too busy. So when I click on these dots, you get this menu. Up the top, you've got your store. I've got a full screen just so you can see all of that. So you've got your store, subscribe. So that's where, as soon as you log into this, hit that subscribe button, give them your email address, and it'll unlock a whole lot of instruments as well. So you've got a help section there. You can save your presets, save as, new presets, all good. This little files button, I don't have my mouse, it feels really weird. That's where I actually sent my bug report. So when you click on the little files button there, that gives you the little text report, and you can save that to iFile and send that off to the developer. Really cool if you've got issues. Love it. Right, so settings, we'll go into the rest of these as we go on, but let's jump out of there. So let's go into the store first. Here's your store. Here are all your items. So you've got, so this Swam technology. Now these presets, these instruments, they can be found in a whole bunch of other apps as well. But the thing is, in the apps now, like, I'm not sure what the apps are called. There's 2 of them, I think. They can't be used as AUV3 plugins. So this is where this is incredible. This is an AUV3 plugin. It's sick. And I'm going to show you it working in GarageBand soon. The old GarageBand, not the new one. All right. So what you get with these new Swam instruments, an oboe, a clarinet, a cello, a sax, a flute, a violin. And so this is the whole collection here that at the top, the bowed strings and woodwinds. And man, do they sound incredible. But we're going to kick off today just with the guitar sounds, just to give you an idea what's going on. So when you hold your finger down on any of these notes here, now you can see little dots appear everywhere. Now listen, can you hear the sustain on that? I could go to the shops and come back. That sustain would still be going. Look at that. What's that sustain? I'm just going to blow your mind straight up. So up the top here, I'm going to keep that going. Let me flick cameras. So I'm just wobbling that. Up the top here, there's an expression pedal. And I want some feedback on this note. I want to go all Jimi Hendrix. Check this out. Fuck, man. I'm getting natural feedback, man. Okay, so let's cut through the shit. This ain't some sample. The technology behind this, straight off the bat, this is shit that has gone through like universities, man. The developers of this have generated an actual living, breathing instrument here that actually can pull feedback and actually react like a real instrument. It is fucking incredible. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So not only that, so I'm just starting basic here as well. So let's hold down this C here. Up here you've got a whammy bar. Check this. So let's add a bit of feedback. Need a vape after that shit. Fuck. nearly ripped my phone out of the socket. I'm so excited. Holy shit, man. I haven't even scratched the surface yet. I know, man. This is the thing. It's so customizable. Tom Rochelle just said it sounds like a theremin. You can turn instruments into virtually anything. I mean, the depth. Oh, man. So, all right, let's move across here. So you've got a vibrato depth here as well. All right. Now, as you can see, when I hold down on this note, if I move side to side, okay, now I've got a vibrato as well. Up here, all right, and I've got a palm mute. Check this out. I'm going to pull this palm mute all the way up and just tap across the strings. Sick. All right, so let's show you these. So you've got these. Let's jump across to here, this section here. So these are, you've got your mono sound. You've got string and a poly sound. Now, how this works? So the mono you only can hit one at a time. With the string, you can hold down a root note. And keep that root note held. With poly, you can virtually do all of them. Now, I'm no virtuoso in this. Remember, I'm still learning how to play this thing. This is, fuck man, this has opened up my mind so much to guitar and instruments and all this kind of jazz. So welcome along to the chat as well, Stu. Good to see you. Right, so let's leave this just on string for now. So all these coloured notes here with their letterings on them, they're all your majors, and all these. And this is a string going across here. So these are one string, two. Right, so that's just one sound. Okay, so... Man, there's just so much here. I'm going to flick through a couple of them, and just to show you the change of some of the sounds. So this is a steel dobro acoustic. Alright, so instead of getting feedback on this string, you can hear it vibrating. What's going on, Deep Gravity? Welcome to the chat. Now, when looking at these presets, so along here, so you've got your left and right to flick through your presets. You can click this to get to the main menu of all your presets, so each kind of set of instruments. And once you're in a set of instruments, so let's just, for example, we'll jump straight into a violin for now. We'll go back to the guitars. So it starts off, so with each of these new Swam instruments, you get 10 like sub presets. So you can see here there's 1 to 10. And if you click just underneath it, you get them all at a glance here that you can flick through. Now all of them have the same, exactly the same set of presets for the oboe, the violin. So they've all got these 10. And I'm going to run through them all just to go with the violin. Man, these sounds so incredible. And remember, and I'm going to go into this too, these sets of strings here, these can be altered as well. They can be made bigger and smaller. They can be made to have different tunings. I mean, it's fucking deep. And you may have noticed here across the top, you'll see everything's changed. So you've got a whole bunch of different settings here. You've got this, it's like a hammer on off, a first and second, just looking up the top, a finger expression. There's an echo, a reverb. So there's a bunch of different options with these new instruments. Let's go back to here and let's throw in some. Man, that is just absolutely beautiful. So, now with it, so we've got the same kind of expression here as well. So if I hold down a note, but it's more volume. Same, you've got vibrato up here as well. But this is left to right. Now the amazing thing is too with these, when you're touching these, it's actually, see the circles. So down here, the actual notes snap to the perfect note. So when I slide from just say a G to this C, it snaps perfectly to that C. But you can change that too, because you've got finger expression as well. All right. So this little finger expression button up here, you can actually turn this on, and you actually can, you're virtually turning the expression off up here and moving it down onto each note. So you can control the volume through here. Now, even when I'm just, see, now I've just been holding down those notes. So if I want to play like a ditty and go, so you've got those short strokes just by touching. You can change your octaves up the top here. Welcome along, Russ. Good to see you as well. So basically these octaves here. So you've got the octaves up here, and you can touch these on the fly. So if I'm like going... Man, really love this thing. I think it's just absolutely so intuitive. It's beautiful. So let's go through some of these as well. I need to move this iPhone. I keep nearly knocking it off the desk. You're over there. So that's just a violin. And you can see, let's show you. So there's a echo on this and a reverb. And you can turn these on and off. And with all these knobs up the top here to control the echo and your finger expression, all that kind of stuff. To move those, it's a left and right to turn those knobs. So just so you know that. So you can change the amount of echo and the reverb. even something like this. So you've even got bow position here. So let's just show you. You hear that? Changing where the bow is actually running across that violin. Really beautiful. As I said, I'm still learning to play this fancy pants. Give it a little bit more volume as well. So let's run through some of... Now, as you can see too, before I move on, so when you change something, you'll notice the color up here of the actual preset changes to let you know that you've actually altered it. So at any time you can just pop in here and save it as a new preset if you want. So that's really cool too. Nice and fancy pants there. Love the fancy pants. But if I press on here, as I said, you've got these 10 sub sections. So let's go through them. This is the resonator, and it's the same with all of them. So the oboe and the cello. Let's go through. This is a vowel. You can lose these hammer-ons as well, all this kind of stuff. So you can change this section here and get these higher screechy notes on the violin. So you can hear it really scraping along like the bow on the strings for the violin. Incredible. This is a swell. Getting to one of my favorites. So here we go. But now we go to diatonic. So you can set a diatonic. Pete. It actually is, I think. I think it is. But it's another thing if you run it in. Who knows? But I do think it is. So you've got a diatonic here. Beautiful. So all major notes. You can't go wrong, man. It's like using GarageBand. So, you know, you absolutely can't go wrong. Beautiful. One of my favorites. So this is what I use a lot. I've been having so much fun with this. So each of these instruments have this meditation thing. So you can have a background. And you can turn this up. So this is this middle one. And you can get, and it's got this beautiful sharp in here that just gives it a really Indian feel. So that's with every one of the instruments you've got that. So, and there's a whole bunch of Indian instruments. Like, so when I look at the menu here, oops, wrong button. You can see here just some of the sections here. You've got the favorites from the company who make it, lead voices, which is all your guitars. You've got acoustic guitars, all the diatonics set in one place, harmonic textures, Asian instruments, violins, cellos, tenor saxes. Let's make that a little bit bigger so you can see them all there. Tenor saxes, flutes, clarinets, oboes, sonic textures, power chords, sound effects. I mean, there's a fuckload of stuff here. It is just really, really cool. We'll go through. So there's a looper here as well. So this has a nice delay on it. And all the instruments you can play, all of the instruments have effects that you can. This is all fully customizable. So customizable, it's ridiculous. So you've got an ARP as well, a built-in ARP, which is, again, fully customizable. And you can see along the top here, you've got all these controls for your ARP. So I can change this to downs, up and downs. Randoms. And you can change from major to minor, dominance, diminished, minor sevenths. Really cool, really nice. And again, that's with all of the SWAM instruments, so works great with all those. Hello, Thomas Gillane has joined the chat also, and I can see Langston Reese, howdy do. So this is the ninth one is always just a dry violin. Excuse me. And the last one is a scale. So what I'll do now before I go in and break down and show you some of the deeper stuff, let's open it up in GarageBand and see how it works in there. So we'll just shut out of there, we'll open up GarageBand. I do believe I can open this file. So I've already got one added here. Let's go and remove that just to show you how to bring it in. So I've just thrown down a guitar track earlier as well. So it's just a basic in C acoustic guitar. Nice and basic. C to F, I think it is. And the beautiful thing is too, remember, it is an AUV3 plugin. So whatever you record in here in GarageBand, you're going to be able to manipulate it just like you can with a virtual instrument. So let's add a track. Didn't want to do that. I want to hit the plus. Forgot how to use GarageBand. What the hell? So we want to go to Audio Unit Extensions. And if I can find it, where are we? GeoShred Play, there it is. So click on it and it opens up, and this is really cool too. It actually opens it up with the keyboard at first. So if you really wanted to, you can do it in there. I don't reckon that's cool. So, but also you can open it up as the actual interface. And if you just hit the little arrows here, there it is. Nice and big and perfect there. It's set up for you. Just loading the sounds. So we've got a sax here. Man, the sounds are so good. And so now that we're in the sax, we'll just show you this too. This is really cool too. So I showed you earlier, you've got this expression, so you can change the volume in here as well. Just by going up on each note. You've also got a growl button and a flutter. So if you don't know what a growl is on sax, it's when you play that sax and you get it to scream. So now, when I... So you've got to have the finger expression on to be able to do that. You've also got a flutter as well. So how easy is it to play into GarageBand? So let's just hit play, and so we'll just play along with this first. And it records beautifully as well, so if we hit record, and we can jump out back to the screen here, and you can see all those notes fully customizable. You can go in and edit to your heart's content, change the velocity of them all, you know, beautiful stuff. Absolutely wonderful. I can see here, agreed, waiting for the cello. No, I haven't played the cello. Save the best till last, man. No, let's jump into some cello now. It's because it is really fantastic. Cello is very, very sexy sounding. So let's jump in. So we've got some cellos here. We'll go the diatonic just to make it nice and easy. Wow. So again, with the strings here, let's just hold down a note. So you've got all that expression. It's just beautiful. Let's have a play with this guitar track here. Now remembering too, as I mentioned before, so you've got these slide options here. So the difference with the SWAM instruments, so you've got piano, guitar, and slide. So when you hold down the piano keys, it's like running your finger actually across a piano board. You're not getting that slide, okay? With the guitar, And you've got a slide, so now the difference is there, what you'll see is when I slide, and as I said, it's got this locking in power, so once you go from a C to a C, it's a perfect C, no matter where you land on here, unless you've got this finger expression set up. That's when you're... Beautiful. And there is all the links are in the description, Daryl, so both for this version, so this is the play version, which is $9, and then you can buy the upgrade to make it pro, and then you can buy the in-app purchases for all these cellos and flutes and all that jazz. And again, what's really cool, so you get these 10 setups, so you got this beautiful meditation thing here. Man, I love that. I reckon I was playing with that yesterday for about 2 hours straight. Just, oh my God, I was so lost in that. All right, so there's your cello. So, I mean, you all go through all the sounds there. Same as all the other instruments. So you got these 10, you got the swell. The diatonic, meditation, looper, you've got your arps as well. But what other instruments? So we've got a flute. Look, the flute's beautiful as well. Flutes are lovely. And you've got a flutter with the flutes as well. Oh, got to have the finger expression on. You got a growl. And how's this even? So you got like this overblow enable. So you can just add that extra blow to each of the... The app packs are US about $15 each, so $14.99 each. So yeah, you can buy them all in one pack. I agree, Gino. It is like it's a fancy thumb jam. I like fancy, as my grandma would say. I like fancy things. So definitely. What else? So we've got clarinets in here as well. We also have oboe. All right, so we're still in GarageBand here. So let's pop out of GarageBand, jump actually back into this. oh man, such beautiful sounds, so rich, so wonderful. You know, look, you guys know I love iSymphonic, but this is a whole new way of playing, and you know, as I said, I'm still learning. There's a fantastic masterclass from the creator of the app. I will link it in the description. I forgot to add it before the show. I watched it last night. It goes for about 40 minutes, and it's really inspiring watching it to see the creator and his thoughts behind everything like that. He really goes in depth on the modeling and the how they actually created the instrument, and just the way he plays it is off the chain. But let's have a look at how you can customize some of this stuff. So we're in the violins at the moment. I'm going to just hit on these little 3 dots at the top, and you have this control surface here up the top. So you can actually change, you can really get in depth here. So you can change the expression pedals. You can change it and add things to the expression. So you might want to add something like, how do we do this? So we add a plus. You can add things like echo, violin, and you can add these to the expression of these notes. So you've got so much you can add here. You can add expression through the amp cabs, reverb. So if I add something like that to here, room size. So now that's added to the expression. Let's see, we'll close that. God, I haven't even got into the auto. Where are we? Let's go back here. Control surfaces. So we want to add, but you can do all that. So you can change. That's just a small part of it. So what I want to actually do, because this is something I'm probably more going to be able to do. So you've got this little performance page here. Okay. And what you can do is you can change the play mode. You can change the notes. There's so much. You can change the arpeggiator. You can you can actually change your whole tuning here. So you can change the root note to anything that you want. You can actually change a customizable scale within here. You can, so we'll leave this at C for the moment. You can go through all your scales here, Western scales. Look at all these scales you've got here. And you can customize each instrument to whatever. Look, it's just crazy the amount of scales. The different scales for your drone, for the background. Ethnic scales from Yemen, gypsy scales. I mean, it is really, really super deep. How do I get out of that? Let's just choose major. And you can leave this window open at the same time and test out what you're doing. So you can change your pan effect. While you're doing it, you can change the diatonic. Everything is super customizable. So that's just the keyboard. That's just changing your root notes, octaves, everything. Then you've got your control. So in here you can change. So this is for presets for MIDI. Now they're going to be adding. We're hoping MIDI to this. There are some workarounds to actually use. So you can actually use an MPC MIDI controller for this, but that's about all at this time. But there's a few workarounds going around on YouTube. You can search those out. So you've got a MIDI clock and all this kind of stuff in here. You can change your arpeggiator all in here. Configure your Y-touch. You can add a legato as well. So you can do that. The legato you can add for not the swam effects, but for the guitar and stuff. So, oh man, this is just massive, massive deep. And you'll see up the top here, you've got all these settings as well. So, oops, yeah. So up the top here, you can change. So you can flick through. So not only do you have this little control panel here, you can actually change the violin. So you can change the bow pressure from in here, the expression, permanent tremolo, harmonics. Let's bring the octave down. I mean, you can fuck with this to your heart's content. Your bow position. It's almost like you're tuning up, you know. Then not only that, you've got a whole lot of effects as well. So you've got a multi-tap echo. You can change this stuff, add some delay. And you've got a whole bunch of presets within here as well, so you can have multiple echoes going on. You've got a reverb. I really like this too. When you watch the video on the creator of this little wizard dude is actually him in a hat. That's a really nice touch. So you can play around with your reverb. You can even play around with the cabinets as well. So super, super cool. And yeah, look, I said that off the bat. Deep Gravity has just said in the chat, it is expensive, especially here in Australia. Like, you know, I'm not going to bullshit you. To buy all the instruments, just the in-app purchase is $120 bucks. A lot of money Australian, plus $30 for the app Pro. So super expensive. But, you know, as they say, you get what you pay for. And the level of depth for this, I mean, this is for somebody who really wants to seriously, I mean, and I did say from the start too, when I first got this, I kind of thought it was a bit gimmicky and going, oh, I don't know, you know, what is this? But I don't know. It's pretty damn incredible. It is an entirely new way of playing an instrument because it's made for touch. And from other videos I've seen of people who have used, got a MIDI controller actually working with it, the consensus is that it sucks to use a controller with this because it is so intuitive. I mean, it reminds me of when the first time I saw GarageBand on iOS and the virtual guitars and was able to just play across and go, oh my God, I'm actually touching glass and it's reacting like a guitar. This is that same wow moment for me, I believe. So yeah, that's some of the depth that you can get in there. What else do we have? So yeah, these little buttons are the settings here. So that's a direct set to your control surfaces, your performance settings, and your model and effects. So a lot of depth, really incredible. I'm just going to head back to some guitar. Let's go through. So they've got some favorites that are built in here as well. So I haven't even gone over this too. So you've got this auto. Let's see if we can get this going. Remember how to get that going. I'll have to study this, but as you can see here too, you can change the amount of keys in here as well. So I'll see if I can remember how to do that. So I think it's in oops, not in there, it's in here, performance. So there we go. Now it's possibly in here, I think, that we can change. Yeah, so you can change your tuning in here as well. And I can't remember how to do it now. That sucks. Ah, here we go. So you can change the width of these as well. If I want to go to, let's go back here. We'll choose Dorian. So even here too, we're in a guitar. Now that we're in the actual guitar version here, you can see there's distortions as well. So we've got, you can have multiple distortion pedals. So you can change, this is really cool too. Within the guitar, let's have a look at this while we're doing this. You can actually change the style of the strings. Let's go to a different guitar sound. So let's go to just the playing. Cool. Where are we? Guitar. So when I click on here, you can actually change the string. So you can go from a steel string to more of a nylon string. You can change even the stiffness of the string. And the pick position, you can change the pick position. Let's go back to a steel. It's the stiffness of the strings. You can get some crazy sounds happening. Let's bring that back down. That's some pretty stiff strings. You can change the bridge pickups, so where the sound is actually coming from. So you can change the body, the effects, the variants. I mean, man, there's just isn't enough time to go through all of this stuff. But yeah, as you can see, it's really effing fucking, there you go. This is a handful of amazing shit here. And look, the effects too. You've got a paramedic EQ, you got chorus, echo. You got a lot here. You got plenty of stuff to play with. It's just bloody incredible. And you know, there's just no time. Even if I hit all presets, look at all these sounds here. So what have we got? 266 sounds in here. All presets ready to go. That's with the full pack. So, and they can all be changed, strung out. That sounds like fun. Wow. Just flicking through a few now for fun. So I haven't even gone through that. It's just too much. So it's almost like an arpeggiator, but it's like the strumming. You can actually change the strumming in the guitar. See if I can find where that is. So I'm sure it's here in the guitar. Might be in the body or bridge. Is it this? Or is it the strings? So you got feedback, fundamental boost, dynamics, decay, variance. Let's just play. So you can change your coils to a double coil neck, nylon. Fantastic swell stuff. We'll end on some feedback. All right, I reckon that'll do it. So I hope your minds are blown. My mind is blown. There's so much, like I've been playing with it flat out for like, 2 days straight. There's still so much to go. I still have so much to learn on this thing, and I'm going to be spending a whole lot more time on it. Hopefully I'll do another show on this once I've got a little bit better on it. I just think it's absolutely incredible. I'm sure it's expensive, but as I said, sometimes it's worth it to buy something that's an investment. And as I said in the beginning, there is a bug that I sent a report. I sent a message to the developer. He was like, send me a report straight away. We've got an update planned. We're just ironing out a few more bugs. These guys are definitely invested in this, so it's not something that's just going to get left in the dirt. And there is a geo control thing. I haven't really looked into that, but from what I do know, it's only MPC MIDI controllers that are working with it at the moment, and I do believe that hopefully will change. because these guys are, they're very committed to it. And so I'll just show you too before I end, lastly, because so this is the video I'll put the link to in the description. I'll just show you the start of it.
You can have your own tuning.
Just to show you, Jordan is a Wizdom.
Hey everybody, my name is Jordan.
So this guy's an absolute killer on this thing. So I'll put the link to this in there.
I'm sitting in front of
because this video is just mind blowing. So there you go. We'll pop that link in straight after the show. I hope everybody's got some good stuff out of today's video. We got some cool stuff happening for the week. So we're going to be looking at a whole bunch of other apps and things like that. We've got a really cool interview coming up at the end of the week. So thanks always for hanging out with me on the show. Thank you for supporting the show. As always, we crossed over 800 subscribers on Friday. That's really cool. Loving you guys. So I'll wrap it up for today. And I know Pete's got a show coming up over on Studio Live today, which is in about half an hour's time. So I'll see you all over there. I was good today and I didn't bag Apple. Yay! But I'm definitely not updating. And I'll tell you why I'm not updating. This is why I'm not updating, because I updated my iPad 2007. And once I did that, I opened up BiosFX, and this is the first thing that popped up on my screen. There you go. There you go. Do not update. With a list of things that aren't working. So that was really sad. But have a great day, folks. Thank you for joining me. I hope this app has blown your mind like it has me. I will see you tomorrow. Keep doing the things that make you happy. And I will see you tomorrow. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.